I did it.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm not going to do it.
Nothing happened in that last imaginary moment. Hi, y'all. Gather around, fellow adventurers of the dice. I'm Rurik, your guide to the mystical realms of probability of demise.
Stop making fun of Jess.
All right, restart again. We venture forth on an uproarious adventure. Let me introduce to you. What? Monkey talkers. Let me introduce to you the pivotal patrons of this story. First of our patronage is Asher, a fearless bard, heart fueled by hearts, because Asher recently started having some date plans getting started. I mean, they haven't like set a date, but they said that there's a date. Oh yeah, I just re-listened. There was a date.
It's on the internet.
The interweb said so. Also, that's run by Jason, by the way. Run by Trixinatori, or Larissa. Trixie is run by that one. The truly, as we have discovered in the last session, the pirate queen, but only when she's drunk. Thank you, Larissa, for bringing a bit of joy. And then last but not least is Tanzanite, the soon-to-be dateable, but also probably should use divine intervention every single day because she level 20. I bet she hasn't even looked what up that does. Yo, her mere presence, oh Jess of the Jessicas, holds the secrets of what may happen to your socks when they go missing. I believe deeply in supporting independent creators and fostering a vibrant tabletop gaming community. We got to spend some time at New York City Comic Con. I wasted way too many hours both playing D&D with a nerdy group that was supporting the Trevor Project, as well as convincing artists in Artist Alley to see if they could find out if their files could be blown up to a ridiculously oversized size, and planning connections with those same artists for Emerald City Comic Con, because I have needs. But with those fun announcements, does anybody else have any announcements for us?
Yeah, sure. Stonewall Corral's winter concert is coming up on Saturday, December 9th at, I'm assuming, 7:30 p.m. Yes. Yes. At 7:30 p.m. at Church of the Holy Apostles, which is 28th Street and 9th Avenue in New York City. If you are unable to attend, you could consider donating to the Corral as a last minute donation, which are, because we're a nonprofit, is all tax deductible. Woo! Sorry. That was a fun little journey.
One free hiccup with every purchase.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the date again?
Saturday, December 9th. The title is Make the Yuletide Gay. And is billed as a delightful evening of winter-themed songs and poetry. So we've got some really fun pieces that we're doing. Some really gnarly pieces too that are tough to sing, which I love those. I love anything that I can't sight read, that I actually have to work at. So when it's a challenge for me, it's a good time. So yeah, if you are in town, you can get tickets at stonewallcorral.org/buy-tickets.
And
Dash tickets.
Hey!
I also think Jason has an announcement for us. Yes?
Merch.
Hey, look at
Rurik has this lovely hoodie modeled by Rurik. You can see that they have, I don't know how to announce fashion. Sorry.
I was fashioning. Also, if you were at Emerald City.
New York. If you were at New York Comic Con, you may have seen our stickers around, or you may have been handed one to us from us in line. If you missed out, you can certainly get your own logo on an item of your choice at TeePublic. I don't remember the bit link, and I'm sure Rurik will say it because I feel like at this point they probably have it
it's
memorized.
Going across the screen, but
it's
it is.
going across the screen,
Oh.
but it's T. dot. I won't say it out loud.
/lick.
At least
Okay.
I won't do that to us. Do be aware that this is a limited time offer because when we start our new campaign, we have plans.
yes.
We have plans and thoughts and aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, hope
If
you all
you go,
enjoyed
if you
that.
go to buy merch, like you've heard this way in the future, and go to buy merch, and there is no TeePublic at t.pub/lick/podcast, go check a newer episode because we probably have a different story.
They're probably at Redbubble.
Just listen to the first 5
somewhere.
minutes of a new episode.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
And with that, we go to our word.
Word,
Our word
of the day.
Word of the day.
Yay!
Word of the day.
Sorry, I caught you with your mouth full.
All right.
She totally put that in her mouth as she heard me singing it, just to be,
That was my
on
demon
brand,
singing voice.
100%.
On brand. All right. So today's word of the day is grok. To grok something is to understand it both profoundly and intuitively.
Okay, there's something weird about this because my artistic director, who is
Grokking it.
of the older generation, used
She's
that
a boomer.
word in rehearsal on Tuesday. And I was like, does anyone know what that means? And of course, nobody knew.
I knew, but I wasn't there.
Right. You weren't there. But now it's come back around. I didn't mention it to Jess. I
That's
didn't.
wild. Yeah. I just found it earlier.
I'm freaking out, man. Anyways, sorry. Yes. Grok.
Yeah.
G-R-O-K.
Grok.
You grok it. 1961 novel by Stranger in a Strange Land, I think. Or not by. Name.
Yeah.
I'd say I grok that word because I didn't know what it meant intuitively.
Robert Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land. Yep.
Yo. So, with that, we go over to our happy land of this thing that we do. where we're gonna have
The
a-
whole
Oh,
reason we're here.
No. Slow down, Rue. What are you thinking? Somebody's got to roll for a recap.
Fuck. Dang it.
You never played the music either. Should we do that?
Oh,
We do that after the recap.
Oh.
right.
It's only been
I'm trying-
it's only been like a year
Right?
and 10 months. I don't know.
Can I
It's
just
been
can
a
I just
while.
can I roll all 8 d20s and see whichever one is the highest?
Yeah, you can take the lowest. Oh, I rolled an 18. I'm so safe. You'd all have to roll 19s and 20s. I am safety zoned.
Correct. The dice you bought me don't like me.
Jess is totally going to have to give us a history lesson.
I rolled a 7.
I rolled an 8.
Oh,
You're muted.
I rolled a 7 too.
Oh, rollies.
All right, guys. Metal, silicone, or regular dice?
I think silicone to see if it bounces around and you have to stand up and we get a chance to see your butt.
You were in my house for 5 days. You got all my butt you can handle.
Yeah, it was actually I was in that room. If
Silicone
you're an
was the way to
imaginary
go,
person
maybe.
watching us,
15.
that room is the prettiest blue in real life. 15?
So, what happened last time?
What happened was
Dun dun dun. Do you need some background music?
What happened?
Sure, I gotta pull up my thing of notes that I wrote. Hold on. Because apparently I haven't done that yet.
This is where we find out if Jess actually took notes, because I don't know about you, but I don't always. I just have the date written on my note stock, and then it's
Right.
blank on a bunch of dates.
Hi.
Okay.
Wanting my attention.
Oh, good. I wrote. This is what I wrote. 10 1 10 or T. Wrote T. Give me a start. How did we start
Is it
it?
T-1, maybe? Something? No.
You arrived via airship to the fortress, and you decided something about how you were going to land. Let's give you that much. Torture is fun.
We were in Mary Beard's Delve.
Where do we park? Where do we park the
Against
car?
cliff. We like parked against the cliff, and then we I know at some point we opened our house to people. I'm absolutely blanking. I have no idea.
We parked against the broken window in the tower, and then we
And then
pulled
Asher
our-
like shilled out an entire ribbon of gold to get it turned into a parapet for airship docking.
Right.
Yeah.
And we
then
were
what?
And you also made me create an NPC who had a peg foot and a
Peg
hook
leg and a
hand.
That I did remember.
I don't
Like,
remember
It
that.
was adaptable so that he could do a dust rag or a dustpan. And all,
Yep.
It was just bad.
There's something about the way that Rurik like said that they were coming up. I looked, do they have a peg leg and a hook? And Rurik's like, yes. Good times.
It's a yes and game.
We also, well,
The
I remember
butler's
we
a
went down
BB-8.
into the village, and I was purposefully putting off
Oh,
seeing my mother.
Mhm.
yes. So
You
she went
avoided your
down
mom.
first.
And then
And she went to
Tanzanite,
go
what did you do
find-
when she started off to distract herself? What did you do?
I started talking to her mom.
No.
It was that, right? No?
Not
No.
yet, not yet. We went to the
You-
jeweler.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. No, that was after.
No,
Was
that
it?
No,
first.
it was before.
It wasn't? It was
You-
before?
Yes, you were getting
I thought-
gemstones and getting it split up into 3 different components: a male ring, a cuff for,
Yep.
and then I don't remember what
For
yours was because.
A necklace for me, yeah.
Okay.
And that was while Asher was
While
doing something.
Trixie was getting her key sucked out of her body.
Yes. Because they
Yes.
upgraded the machine.
And then
She actually
Asher,
stuck
that's
her
been
paw
a
in.
while. Yeah.
So she
So
puts her paw on the machine, and it like upgrades. It sucks key out, and it upgrades her.
Shovel Fury, the shovel.
But yeah, shovel. Did you like my miming of a shovel?
Officially what you need to do from now on.
And
I'm going to take
ahead.
some pity on you if you want me to.
please. I do remember, but I had the order different because I started
Okay.
to remember. I was like, oh yeah.
Okay,
I
well,
traded all my gold, my strip gold to the jeweler
chip
for regular
in
gold.
whenever. All of the ribbon gold is transferred over to just funds. And
Might call it my stripper gold.
you both were waiting there, and Trixie passed out due to the of all of her key being pulled. And the two of you, Asher and Tanzanite, eventually chose to follow up and catch up to your friend. And Jill offered Asher the opportunity to upgrade a weapon as well. Asher was interested and invested in
His little pistol.
His yes,
Pistole.
Not
His
that
pistol.
little.
his pistol. Which
Comparatively
now
to
that you said
Boomer.
not that little, I just need to let you know that I did rename it Easy Squeeze
I saw that.
because you haven't really fully understood what this pistol does, which makes me giggle. And then
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Tanzanite, and I'm kind of skipping over Trixie getting steadily more drunk, but yeah, go for it.
But before I did it, they told Asher to test it, and he destroyed half of the place.
Destroyed
like,
or
it, like-
transform?
Well, I mean, I guess technically it transformed, but in my mind, it destroyed it, and then it was like, and then it became something new.
Yeah, a holy edifice to creation. So the creation bard has created a creation temple.
I made a wish.
Inside of her shop.
Her shop is no longer her shop. It is now a towering edifice.
That too,
It's
I guess.
ridiculous.
In theory,
And
it was
she lost her bed. So, you know.
It's like a fabricate spell from hell. It just turned her shop into something way bigger.
And then Tanzanite, you were
From
trying to
heaven?
convince folks that you had no weapons worth upgrading. But that didn't work out so well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you end up with? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes, your
there
turn.
it
Do
is.
you?
I just didn't remember what it was called.
Ah,
It ended up being called Death's Fatal Mace. And
Yes.
basically, I can use it, and then essentially, I don't know if there's like a distance to it. I guess that'll need to be something I look into. But basically, I will use it, and then my soul goes into someone else. And so is it my soul? Me?
It
We're not
was,
really sure.
but
It was in that instance.
but it basically randomly casts any spell from the necromancy spellbook. That was the
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I also
That.
re-listened to it, so I do have that benefit.
That.
Yeah.
And the one it chose was a body soul switching thing.
Magic jar.
And
I think?
so
Magic jar.
Yes, magic jar. And so
Which- If you inspect your mace, you will see that one of the bejewelings is cracked, crazed, and
Mhm.
broken and shattered because instead of destroying the entire mace, it destroyed one of the jewels.
one. Granted, it is absolutely encrusted with gems, but still, I'll need to replace that. And I chose a little old lady, and so I go into the little old lady, and I
Shenanigans.
grab Asher's hand to pull him down because she's little, and the old lady tells Asher that he should ask Tanzanite onto a date. And then I go back into my body.
was there not butt pinching?
Just
There
a pinch
was.
my butt.
There was a butt pinch.
There was a butt holding.
There was a butt pinch.
There was butt holding. And a
Tanzanite
little
got
lady is now
brave in that
drinking
little
with
old
Trixie because she's like, I don't know what I just did, but I'm going to try to resolve this issue by more alcohol. And additionally, Tanzanite, you failed to be discreet about this little,
Very failed.
repeatedly. And Asher's pretty aware that you somehow got a little old lady to hold his bum. And you also agreed to going on a date with him.
Well, running away.
I didn't say when, though.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But yeah, in theory, there's a date coming up.
So y'all are there.
Date with a BBG. Ba-boom.
You all... Our private chat is going to get me in so much trouble.
I was wondering when you guys would see that.
Oh,
I
jeez.
feel it.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, that all to be said and done and whatever, because I'm going to move on really quickly here, because it is time for us to get started.
I'm just waiting to see Jess's reaction for when she reads it.
I already read it.
Yes, as a
Sorry.
follow-up, Jess did already read it. She's the only one of us who kept a straight face. Well, aside from the writer of said comment.
I did have a straight face, except for the fact that I went, "Oh," not quite as big, but I did make a face when I read it.
Right. So you are here in the space doing your things. I don't know what types of things you're going to be getting up to. Truly, the delve is yours. Trixie's mom has surfaced, I think, at the end of everything. And
Oh yeah, I mean, she tried to get me super drunk and hungover.
We went on the
Yeah.
food tour.
Yeah, it was the booze and
Spicy
grease
food
tour.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Which I think we have to repeat for breakfast because Trixie can't remember it. She's too drunk.
Oh, that's right. Missed some pieces in the recap. But the day is yours. What are
Pull
you
my
all up
notes so I
to?
can make notes this time.
Did we even actually end up talking to my mom about
No.
why we came? Okay, just
No.
checking.
Yeah, we still have a ship full of eggs. We still have to check if we missed the wedding because it took us a while to get down here.
Oh dear.
Surely not, though.
She did kind of imply that she would hold it until we were there, but I don't know how long they're willing to do that. When it is a wedding, it requires some sort of plan.
Oh,
Do
she's
we
your.
have
Go ahead.
Do we have a time frame of how long it took us to get here compared to the 2 weeks of
Was it-
her planning
was-
to get married?
I think she said a week. And
Oh,
then
only a week.
I wasn't intending to miss the wedding during travel, but then when we fast traveled, you said it took a week or two. And so I was like, I don't know if we missed the wedding now or not. I thought of that as I was re-listening to it. That's a face you're making, Rick.
I think you'll get to solve your problems. What are you up to? What are you doing?
What do we do with a boatload of dragon eggs?
Okay, well, I guess I will get up and go and actually try to find my mother. I can't remember. We're already awake, but I just can't remember if
She is literally in the same
She's
fortress
there,
as you
yeah.
because she's been
right.
staying
No,
with
I
you
know
all.
she's been staying here, but I just was gonna go find her
Okay.
within the walls.
Yes. You
Just because she's a squirrel doesn't mean she's in the walls. God.
You easily find her, and she is enjoying a nice, delicious dish that you have seen before, acorn jello.
Gross. Right? We don't like that.
I mean, it's not acorn mash, but
It was a special treat for those mornings where celebrations would have happened. Your birthday,
Mm.
Happy birthday
her
to you.
birthday.
This tastes like a shoe.
In that moment, I'm like, oh
Is it
shit,
your mom's
is it
birthday?
my mom's birthday? Can I roll a history check?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Just sadly eating her own birthday cake.
To be fair, she tried to get me drunk the night before. It's her fault. Oh.
Maybe she want to go and get drunk.
That's a nat one. I don't know.
Oh, with a natural one, you don't even fully take in what's going on. You can just see that there's this jelly that you have associated with special occasions, and over the top of it, there looks like there's some sort of spice that she's sprinkled over the top of it. That's really different from normal, but she's just eating it over a bed of something green, humming to herself quietly.
Jello over a bed of greens.
I mean, it's nut jello, so.
I
Morning.
am so surprised that you, of all people, have not had Dotori Mook, but that's just me.
Not had what? Sorry.
Dotori Muck. Dotori? I might not be pronouncing that right. If you're Korean and you're making fun of me right now, I deserve it because I should really look up the pronunciation of things.
I realize, I can
D-O. Hi, Jono. Oh, it
seasoned
literally is
jelly.
acorn jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, nope.
Well, we should have
Anywho,
that next time
anywho.
we hang out.
Okay.
It's really tasty.
Hi, morning.
Oh, how are you feeling? She says brightly with a little bit too much volume.
I'm fine. A little tired. I don't really remember much, or like anything about what we did. But
Oh,
my friends fill me in.
okay. You can see a little bit of disappointment. Like she was super looking forward to this moment in some way. And she's seeing that you are not having any evidence of the reactions that she had kind of maybe anticipated. Well, are okay. What can I? What? How? Would you like some? And she pushes over a portion of the acorn jelly that she's been sampling.
That's. I mean, that's for special occasions. I wouldn't want to deprive you.
Yeah, this is a special occasion. Was a big deal.
What?
Well,
Wait, what?
I
Wait,
think
what?
that's
What?
over.
What? Wait, what? No, what?
No,
Mom, mom,
don't,
mom,
don't,
mom.
don't, don't worry yourself. It's okay.
Too late. What?
No, I know. It's
You said it.
okay.
You said it. You said it for a reason.
You and your father are very similar, you know?
I. I. Hmm.
Well,
I mean,
today's a
no.
big day. We should get started. And
A
she
big day for what?
begins standing up and for us,
Us
for you.
being for me for what? How?
I'm just. I mean,
Little
depending on
context would be.
how we count things out, uh, this is a big day.
Can I roll an insight check to see if she's purposefully being vague?
Yes.
22.
Oh, she's full on having you on. But you also know that she's stubborn, and as you kind of analyze her posture and everything, you realize it's going to be really hard to get something out of her. So you'll have to be utilizing all the things you've learned as her child to get this information from her.
Okay. Well, so last time we talked through the magic thingy that Tanzanite gave me.
I'm so impressed you can do that
Nope.
type of.
Nope, I can't. She made a thing, or she has a thing that lets me do it. I can't. I tried really hard to learn, but I don't have the same kind of abilities that the other two do. Mine manifested in a different way, unfortunately. So I'm. Are you?
Why the duck face?
Because he's dusting his microphone with the dog's tail.
No, I'm just playing with the dog.
Oh, okay. I just sorry, I am distracted.
Focus.
Not my forte. No, she just gave me this ring, and it has the ability to do that stored. So, I can do it, but I don't. It's not natural to me, unfortunately. Sorry, if
Well,
that's disappointing.
Well, we just need to get you down here. So let's head down to the healing hall and we can get you set up.
Just me? Or do my friends need to come with too?
Well, they can be part of the ceremony, that's certain.
Okay. What do you want us to do with the 20 or so dragon eggs that we have on our ship?
The what?
That's why we're here. I mean, it's part of why we're here. I mean,
Okay.
I'm mostly here because when I talk to you via the thingy, you sounded distracted and not that you were fighting or I don't know. You just sounded like y-
I think everything will be answered when we go down to the training hall. But we should bring the dragon eggs.
okay.
You said 20?
I think
How about
I didn't count. You would have to ask Asher.
You actually did count. I
Huh?
didn't. Said you actually did
Did I
count.
count?
Yeah.
I don't remember. That part
so
wasn't a lie. I don't remember.
so we need to get some help.
Yeah, because they're varying sizes.
Oh,
So all hands on deck. Um, but I'm gonna go tell Asher and Tanzanite and
I'll let everyone know that you're running late and we'll postpone the ceremonies.
okay,
And
great.
she scuttles off and you almost get a hint of, if anybody else had seen this moment, they would have gotten a hint of where Trixie gets her speed, because it's not, despite everything, from her father.
That's
Um,
a cool little moment. I'm
just as a
writing that down.
just as a quick question, um, were we just in the kitchen or are we just like in a?
They're just like a little, what I
Okay,
would think of as like a breakfast nook of the tower, closer to the kitchen, not necessarily where formal eating happens.
okay. Um, all right. I'm gonna go back to the other two. Hey, so my mom's being weird. I can't quite tell what she's up to. She's talking about some sort of ceremony or something. I don't know.
Can I roll a history check to see if I know about any scurrying ceremonies that are happening
Roll
this
it.
day? On this day, 120 years ago, the squirrels descended from the tree for the first time. What is my history bonus? Oh wow, 30.
Oh, serious. Okay. Asher, you may not have been involved in a lot of Skurian ceremonies. However, this one, you just, it was like you were you were pulling out records, and these weren't like new records, these, but they weren't exactly the oldest of things. And you recall that today is the day where the new leader of the Skurian people is handed over to their role. And it's typically held in a secluded place in nature, attended by family, friends, and mentors. And it's usually done with a fairly young, although past majority, Skurian individual. And they are cleansed and anointed with sacred oils, and then they're dressed in the traditional Skurian leadership garment. The ceremony leader would then lead that young Skurian. You just know a ton of stuff about this through prayers, meditations, and all these things are designed to help that young Skurian connect with their inner wisdom and strength. Of course, there are prayers, meditations. Those finish up. A special crown is placed upon the young Skurian's head, and it's a symbol for that one as a leader. And then, of course, there are some instructions and advice, and those are designed to be things to help that person be wise and compassionate. and to avoid the things that led to the scurry and fleeing from their previous homes. It concludes with a welcoming to the leadership circle, and then they're given an opportunity to speak to the group and share their vision for leadership. And you know all this, and you have this running through your head, Asher. Typically, these are fairly private events, but occasionally there was some public ceremonies. But you think that the only documentation of this was actually in those papers you found a long time ago. And yeah, there's just, you have a little bit of information. And then the one point that sticks is that the friends usually come up with some sort of song. And that song is the blessing of leadership for the young leader. All this runs into the back of your head as your friend's staying there.
Just does this
Innocently.
holiday or whatever have a name?
From what you remember, you just remember it being called the Scurrian Leadership Ceremony in the text. That was like legitimately, it was almost a recipe for how that process should work.
Look at my wrist and there's no watch there, and I'll be like, it's Scurrian Leadership Day, I think.
Ooh, what's that?
It's where there's like a ceremony to elect a new leader.
Who's the leader?
I don't know. Maybe it's Trixie's mom?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Do you think
Pretty
it's-
sure it's me. Because she
Why
said
didn't you
something.
tell us?
I didn't know. I
didn't-
think it's me. I don't know. She said something about, I don't know. It could be her. It could be me. I don't know. She was being really vague. This is what she does. She thinks it's fun.
Let's go
Like-
ask her.
Okay, you go.
Where is she?
Last time I saw her, she was, and I described the place we were.
Breakfast Nook.
Okay,
Well, just in terms of
You get
directions,
ready.
it's a big place.
okay. You get ready. Trixie. Surely I have it in my closet. You should go put on one of the outfits I made for you in case you're the one that it's about. And that way you look nice. And in the meantime, I'm going to go figure it out and I'm going to talk to your mom.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, actually, you should put on your fancy tux thing that you got.
D- they'll have clothes for me. I'll wear one of
Well,
your
then you
things
wear it
there.
to there.
Yeah.
Okay, go get ready. And I'm going to shove them off to go get dressed. And I'm going to go find her mom real fast because obviously I'm already dressed to the 9 for the day.
She's not there. She's not where
Oh.
Trixie says she was.
Well, poop shoot.
I think Trixie
I think that needs to go on a
forgot to mention
sticker.
what she knew. Oh, poop shoot.
Well, poop shoot. And he's
Okay.
got a sticker.
So then I'm going to go back upstairs to wait for everyone to get dressed. And in the meantime, I am going to find my spells, not skills, spells, and do a sending. There we go. Here's a sending to Trixie's mom. And I'm going to say, good morning. Happy Scryer Awareness Day? Or something like that. Because I am unaware of this holiday. Just wondering who is being selected. Okay, bye.
You get back quite quickly. If you want to talk to me, come into the healer's hall. I don't have... And you hear her shouting instructions, and then as she's shouting instructions, which are being messaged over to you, you get cut off when she hits her 25 word.
Well, that did not go as planned. So I'm gonna just sit and I'm gonna wait. Maybe touch up my makeup, file my
Okay.
nails.
Your nails are well filed. I'm guessing by the time Trixie has actually grudgingly put on dress clothes.
So, yes, I come out of Tanzanite's room and I go, hang on 1 second. There's something I have to get. And I go into my room and I'm going to use the secret passage out of my room down into the kitchen and just start stress eating. Like, trying to find anything like I don't.
The dwarven man who greeted you the first time is in the kitchen, kind of fussing around, cleaning some pots and pans. And as you come in out of the space, so what can I make for you?
And I grabbed like the nearest bag of whatever, and I'm like, you know what's going on today? Oh, no one tell me anything. I don't know what's going on.
It's a bag of flour. She's just stuffing flour in it.
It's acorn mash in the dry form.
Oh no!
No.
Yeah. Not understanding a word that you've said, this individual just looks at you.
Today, what's happening today?
Your mom's excited that you're here. She said you made it just in time.
In time for what?
I don't know, healer things? She said you'd be going down to the healer hall. Do you need me to make some mash for you?
No. Anything but that.
There's some leftover Jello here. I don't know what it looks brown, but I'm gonna.
Nope.
Jello.
That's what she was eating. I'm gonna literally grab like anything else and just like pack my arms full and then like begrudgingly walk back up, like guiltily to Tanzanite and be like, I'm
You can
sorry.
see crumbs over the clothes that she's put on that are nice, and she's like completely crummified.
A nice white dress with Cheeto dust all over it.
I'm sorry.
And I just go shh, and I just start cleaning her, fixing her fur.
I don't know what's about to
Smiling
happen,
her
but I don't like it.
nails.
Pause.
I'm gonna swap my armor for my glamour armor and turn it into my tuxedo.
Awesome.
No more flying
well-
today.
Well, why don't we get going, and then we'll figure out what's going on.
I'm gonna press
Sooner
it to
we
take
get
the Cheeto
there.
dust off of the white dress.
Oh, she said we're supposed to bring the eggs, but I told her there was a lot of them and that we would need help. But I don't know if we want to just go check and see if they're actually doing that or not.
Okay. Go get eggs. Go to the hall.
Yeah,
We can
more or
do
less.
that.
All three of you, plus others, going up there.
To get the eggs?
Yeah, is it all of you
Shep's
together?
still with us, right?
Shep's
Can
with
we-
you.
Yeah.
Can we ask the butler to hire some people to help us move them, or does that take too long?
Well, maybe
I
Trixie's
think-
mom already did that.
Yeah, I think she probably would have. That
So let's
based
go
on the
look.
conversation, that was the assumption.
Or she may have sent her healer brigade to come get eggs.
Yeah.
So, sorted out, dressed nicely, all of you in appearance, you go up towards where the airship is, which is where the eggs have been left. And you see 6 healer acolytes waiting in that little space that is still under construction a little bit, but it's now finishing touches. The dwarven individuals who were hired to create the parapet and set up are putting up veneers and chiseling away at various stone facades to make it beautiful. Because you paid way too much money for it. And so, of course, it is now intricately inlaid with a motif of airship piracy.
Yay.
All of your symbols that have become associated with each of you has kind of found a place. There's little skulls right next to books stacked high, next to a cabinet that's like shattered into 16 pieces, next to a shovel. It's
I mean, he didn't have to spend all of it. I had to tell him to keep the rest as like petty cash for the house, but maybe he spent all of it anyway.
maybe you spent 10,000 gold coins on decorations.
I think it was 1,000. I gave him 1,000 coins.
I think we had 10,000, and I think we gave him 1,000, and then exchanged the
I gave
rest.
the jeweler 1,000 and then exchanged the rest.
Yeah,
For the stuffed hens that I bought.
So
right.
you all go up there and they're waiting for you. Some of them look quite young, but they all appear ready.
Hi, people.
Okay.
Let's carry some eggs.
Secretively. Do any of you know how to cloak things?
I mean, at this point, like it's.
Are we trying to hide it?
I mean, Rick, is this people that are from my mother's healing group? Like
These are
no.
dwarves,
Right? Okay.
trainees.
So,
After you asked them if they could make things hidden, you can see like 3 of them full on blanch in like, oh my gosh, this is going to be too difficult. They're already asking us things that we don't know what that even means.
relax. We just nobody can know that these are here. So,
Does it
Well,
matter?
I mean, if there are any other dragons that are okay, I look at the trainees and I go, okay, it's very important that the fact that these are here does not leave this group of people, because otherwise a dragon will come
I mean,
and try to take them back.
I feel like their leadership is going to know more about what to do with this than we do.
Yes, I understand that, but my mother asked me to take the eggs. I'm just saying, in terms of what's happening right now, just I look at them all and I go, just between us, okay? We will obviously tell your leaders, but in terms of anybody else,
Let's get some sacks and put the eggs in sacks, and then we'll carry them, and then there'll just be sacks of stuff that we're carrying across town.
Yes, that's what I was
But
sort
we
of
don't-
thinking.
no, we don't have to carry them across town.
yeah,
We
you
have to
do.
go to the hall.
The healing hall is way
Oh,
downtown.
I was thinking it was in. I thought this was like a room in our thing. Sorry,
Nope.
that's what I
This
thought.
is
By
where
hall.
they've been training all of the healers.
Got it. Sorry, I
This is
misunderstood.
why you had to travel through the market to try to find your mother, and then of course you sidetracked, so you didn't find her.
I think the sacks is a very good idea
Okay. Yes.
because I don't think I can cloak them or to hide them as we carry them to the place.
Does our butler have a name? Does anybody remember?
Surely he has a wagon and we could put them on the wagon and cover the wagon.
Is it Jeeves?
I feel like it was something along those lines. It wasn't Jeeves, but it was definitely like a cliche butler.
I just wanted to say we could ask Jeeves.
Aw,
Thank you. I'm here all week. Now we're gonna get
I
sued
will
by
say
the
to move
defunct
things
Ask Jeeves
along
website.
and to avoid feeling
Not a
like
sponsor.
I'm bashing my head into a potato. much less a sweet potato that is not delicious. That was disgusting, Trixie. Alyssa. Wow.
Thought it was worth a shot.
You are able to make arrangements to get some burlap sacks covering the eggs that are too big, distribute them amongst the 6 alkalites and the 4 of you all. The procession of folk make your way down to and a wagon would not fit in these halls, but you do see like some of the spaces, like there are minecart-ish tracks, and you can see how that might be a transit method that's used here for goods, but it is not uncommon to see people just hand carrying things through the tunnels of the delve.
I'm gonna go to like our kitchen storage area and just look for a bunch of burlap sacks.
Yeah.
And bring those back.
They already found those and
Easily
got
enough
them out.
done.
Okay.
You've got them all, and we'll say that Asher is the one who did that.
Sorry, I zoned
Trixie
out for a second.
recognizes the burlap as the containers for acorn mash, and you all head down to the healer's hall with ostensibly acorn mash. Many of the dwarves,
Depending how clumsy we are, scrambled eggs.
many of the dwarves that you pass see the sacks, and they make faces of recognition and concern as they see a material that has been a recent introduction to the delve coming through. And
Can I would like to see if I catch them doing that so that I can react.
roll an insight check.
I feel like this is what they eat at dwarven
Ooh.
basic training now.
23.
100% what Jason just said. But what your mother has adopted the methods that worked so well with the healers in Overton and applied them to the dwarven people to less success and much chagrin. Although there were a couple of dwarves who look at it with appreciation.
As we go by and I see them pulling the faces, I'm just gonna comment and say, "Tell me about it. I grew up on this stuff," in an effort to like play along.
One of the dwarves just says, "Oh, you have a good supply. I would really love to get my hands on a lot more of this. With the right yeasts, it produces a delicious brew."
I'm sure I will talk to my mother about it.
Oh no, she's being too guarded about that. I thought you were. Never mind. I'll just.
This is
you
all.
kinda, like,
This is all paid
turns.
for. If you go ask at our villa, maybe our friend there can help you.
No. It's clearly it's a rare trade item. You all
Really just smash.
hold on to. You just see the face of disappointment on this dwarf's face.
I'll get you some sent over. I just can't speak for this right now.
Yeah. And they kind of walk away in disappointment, but other folks just like cheerfully ignore the whole exchange and everything's moving on. You make your way down to the healing hall. You can see that this is a space you haven't been to since the since your foray down the tunnels of the new space that had been kind of expanded into by the dwarven people after you all helped
Kill the bugs.
kill the bugs, but also you did some exploration and such, and so like this is a whole space that is a product of that. And you all head on down, and the spaces have been transformed. It is accommodations, it is expansion of living spaces, it is fortifications, and it is new mining operations. And kind of at the center of the hubbub is a space that is cleared open and not unlike the Overton training grounds.
Okay. I think we're just gonna go in. Like, I mean, I think we're probably following the other people because they know where they're going, and we haven't really been to this.
Yeah. I mean, you go in, you can hear some music playing. You can see that there are some symbols and artwork that they don't look like things that you grew up with, Trixie. They look like something that the dwarves came up with, maybe. But there's symbols and artwork that relate to at least the dwarven perception of healing. You can, as you walk by an open doorway, Asher, you catch the scent of books. So there must be a library of some sort, and there is a space that Tanzanite is reminiscent of your home underground as you smell the heady scent of underground mushrooms and things that would have been close to the temple that you grew up in.
Nope, none of it.
And
What are we laughing at? I missed something.
see, Tanzanite is totally ignoring.
Just well, no, just
Sorry, we were having an issue here. Sorry.
no, it's fine. It was just like it happened like right as Rurik like turned to tell you something, and so like they started talking, hadn't realized that you were dealing with something, and so they just kind of continued on to see if you were going to come back in time, and then nope. So that was what I was laughing at. It was no, it's fine. It's fine. It was just
yeah, you need to start making death saving throws, Tanzanite.
oh no.
So you catch the whiff of some underground medicinal plants that are similar to what you were used to in the temple that you grew up next to, as well as hearing the sounds of, which is not to say that they're sounds, but maybe more the atmosphere of meditation. You can hear some bells being rung ceremoniously and some other noises coming from a very large but slightly closed off space. Okay, so very quickly the acolytes peel off with the eggs. You can see that some others have come to help carry the ones you've been carrying. And unless you're refusing to hand them over, they quickly cart those off into the space where you can hear what are the sounds and smells of meditation, because you can also catch a whiff of some sort of incense burning.
I just remember we were supposed to go to that wedding. You should send a message to Fawn and ask if we missed it.
Right this second, or should we finish this thing?
And we can finish this. I just wanted to say it out loud before I forgot.
It'll just take a second. Okay, hold on, because I'm not sure what we're doing right now anyway. So
Do it now while we remember before anything else happens.
So I want to send a quick message to her saying, "Hello, we just landed in the Delve. When exactly is your wedding to ensure I get us all there for your big day?" Okay, bye.
You hear back
if
from
we missed it, it's no longer my fault.
You hear back almost immediately. Wedding starts in 120 minutes.
Asher, it starts in 120 minutes.
Okay. We
You
should
hear
figure
a
out.
gong sound. Boom. It echoes extremely loudly in this underground space. And behind you, you hear some huge stone doors close as the cave section that you're in is sealed for the moment.
Shit.
Skurian chanting begins, and the sounds of the space change tremendously as you realize that it is now the opening moments for their ceremony.
as as this is happening, I'm gonna look at them and I go and I look at Asher specifically and I go, you get out of here. It's fine.
They just
Don't
locked us in, but also
can you not go through the other side? You were there. Do you
what?
Dimension door.
I guess. But we just have to be to the portal here in like 105 minutes.
I'm saying I don't think I'm going to make it.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
We'll see how it goes.
even if we get to the portal, then we have to still get to the wedding once we get through the portal. So just go. It's okay. This isn't on you. I didn't know this was happening. You guys don't have to be here.
Well, if we have 120 minutes, we can take 40 of them to stay here and see how long this takes, and then quickly get to the portal.
Where's your mom? Let's tell her we have an hour tops.
I don't think that's going to go over well. So maybe you just keep it to yourselves and you go when you have to go, okay?
Maybe you're not even the leader and you could just go.
Even if it's not me, if it is my mom, I'm going to have to stay.
It could be someone totally different. So let's just check back in like 30 minutes.
Rourke, who's the biggest asshole scurrian I've ever met?
I guess that would be up to you. Because
I feel like that's a very subjective question.
That's a very personal question. And I mean, you did grow up in Overton, but you also kind of were a tavern brat. So I'm sure you ran into the ones that didn't fit Scurrian society as well.
I'd be like, I just hope that it's not Philip. Fucking Philip.
Poor Phillips.
It's cool. It's just my uncle's name. That's fine. Legitimately, Larissa's uncle.
Okay.
Who's Uncle Philip?
Yeah. My dad's oldest brother. You never got to meet him. Anywho, that's just the downside of having a gigantic family. Okay. Then I will proceed further into the space, I guess.
Mm-hmm. As you step in, you can see that you seem to have had perfect timing, or they were holding things just for your entrance. And they're seated in the circle are members of your of the group that helped train you, but also some Scurrian representatives of the military that were over here. Your father's not present, but you even recognize that there are some other young Scurrians that you knew. Now they're 5 years older than you, but that you kind of grew up with, although not with because of the way your parents raised you. And there is an old, grizzled Scurrian, someone that you didn't really know what their role was necessarily. Unlike someone who happened upon Scurrian leadership ceremonies, you never went through a Scurrian leadership ceremony. Because, as it turns out, this person has held leadership for the entirety of your life. And they beckon you down.
What? What do you want? Sorry, she just I don't know if you saw the paws, just randomly come up my shoulder.
All of this is actually canon right now. The elder is sitting there doing their paws up to your shoulder. Come on.
And Trixie's like, what do you want? God.
They're
I
looking at you
just,
with a severe face.
I just, I step forward slowly towards them. Just,
Your pace seems to fit into the ceremonial mode, but it is a long distance to traverse. And you have to step by stalactites and stalagmites that have not been adorned. And you realize that this inner sanctum, the space here, is actually not a redesigned cavern, but it's actually the natural cavern, a natural pocket that was never carved by the insectoid creatures or the monstrosities that were down here, nor by the dwarves themselves. And this is a little pocket hollow within the underground spaces. And you can hear the drips of water, and cleverly placed underneath each of these dripping limestone formations are bells. So as each drip falls down, you hear a soft dong, dong, dong as accompaniment to your pace. You finally get down to what it looks like a dais, except it's not a dais, it's a natural stone there that just happens to look like a dais.
how
And as
convenient.
as you look down at it, you can see the marbling on it, gold striations throughout it. And the elder steps forward, a vial of something in their hands, and they gently pour some on their palm, and then they face plant it on your head. From the bridge of your nose, you can feel a cedar incense style oil. You can smell it. You can feel it. It's thick and viscous, dripping into your fur.
Every time, I end up covered in something. Every time.
Would this be a
As you're
bad time for me to
standing there-
prestidigitate the goo off?
Tanzanite and Asher, you watch as someone brings up and just places fully over Trixie's clothing a set of fabrics that are soft looking. They flow, and they're adorned with symbols of acorns and weaponry that you've seen with the Skurian people, as well as symbols that are the symbols of various factions of Overton. Trixie, can you describe how you're standing as this is all happening, as you're kind of being subjected to this?
It's like a mix of like trying to be respectful, but also like a little defeated in that there was no discussion of this with her. And so like it's like defeat and disappointment in I guess in how this came about, rather than,
Can you
being
roll a
able to, I
performance
guess.
check then?
I'm gonna whisper to Tanzanite, just be like, "Can't she just say no if she doesn't want to do it?"
Does she even know what it is, really?
Can I hear them?
They're far back, unless you both have moved forward with her as she was walking up.
I don't think so. No.
They're at least 100 feet away from you.
I feel like we're not invited to this ceremony, really. So we're
Yeah.
standing in the
Kind
back.
of lurking, looky-loos.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if so, I would have said, if I'd have been asked, yeah. Can't you just say no? If I'd have been asked.
What if there's
Performance check.
What if there's like a "Do you accept this position?" question at the end? Because that's gonna be awkward if they go through the whole thing.
13.
13. To Tanzanite and Asher, from the distance that you're at, it appears like she's standing pretty tall and proud, shoulders back, head high. To those closer, Trixie, you know that the person in front of you who anointed you with the oil is aware of your trepidation. and you can see a bit of a grin, like a bit feral, but also a bit of like understanding.
As they're going through this whole thing, I kind of mumble to them under my breath. Did you pick this?
So you hear a whisper as they're about to, like they've had to say a couple of things, and it's not been a big interruption to what they say, but you hear, "It's always a surprise. It was when I got stuck into this role. It gets easier." And then you hear loudly from them, "Today we celebrate the wisdom and strength of our people. We acknowledge that not one of us gets to pick the circumstances of our birth or the challenges we face in life. What we do get to pick is how we respond to those challenges. Here is one who has responded through hardship and oppression as our people suffered, and through it all, they have not lost their sense of hope or their commitment to us. Today we stand at a crossroads. Our world is changing, but I know that together, under new youthful leadership," and they look directly at you, Trixie, "detested and unwanted as this role always is, your wisdom is how we all stay connected. Your strength," and they're directly addressing you at this point, Trixie, "is what helps us stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. Your compassion is what lets those of us care for others who are less fortunate. Lead us forth with your wisdom and strength. Lead us to create a better world for ourselves and future generations. I believe that we all have the power to choose how we respond to circumstances, and just as the circumstance of leadership is not one that you choose, but rather one that is chosen for you, choose not to be afraid. Choose to be brave. We can choose to be divided, or we can choose to be united. I choose to be a victor. I chose to be brave. And when we ran, I chose to keep us united." And then they whisper to you, Trixie, so that nobody else hears, "I urge you to do the same. Together, we can build a better world. Together, we can create a future where we all have an opportunity to thrive." And as they say the last thing, it's like the last strong sentence they say. And then you hear in a very brittle, broken voice, "I apologize for the burden I passed to you." And they collapse to their knees.
I immediately am like down on my knees to try to help.
It's been too long. And passing this mantle's taken too much time. I rest now. And they collapse completely to the gold infringed marble stone that they were standing on.
Medicine check.
Roll it, please.
I'm gonna lean over to Tans and I'd be like, "Did that guy just die?"
26.
You
Because
can hear
because who
their
would know?
breaths become shorter and shorter.
I don't know.
Can I try using Hand of Healing to like pat his hand and be like, no, you just don't. I don't know if you're supposed to die, but please don't, not right now.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is it possible
like
as
that.
she's doing this, can I also do some sort of like religion roll to see if, since death may be happening, trying to get a feel of what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I remember with my 30 history check if this dude's supposed to die at the end of the ceremony?
You don't it wasn't written down in the ceremonies, but this doesn't seem out of the ordinary for.
Yeah,
how it was
Nobody else
I'm gonna, like-
seems stressed.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm gonna
Nope.
pan the crowd and
The-
just see like what the general
Yeah,
reaction
roll
is here.
either a perception if you're just trying to get it like a gaze on things, or a God, I almost called it an intuition check, an insight check,
A vibe check.
a vibe check. But first, I need to hear Trixie what your wisdom saving throw was.
16.
That doesn't pass. Doesn't pass. So you don't get a
Sucker.
choice.
Oh no.
At least in this initial space. You feel the history of your people seep into your brain. You know it's not your own knowledge, but it's actually historical knowledge. It's historical knowledge of only 3 Skurian leaders. Because in the time of the Skurians, there's only been 3. But you have 3 generations worth of knowledge. You have flashes of the labs where your people were iterated on and eventually created. You have flashes of the iterations before your people were finished, the failed experiments witnessed by the first leader of your people, and your people breaking free and escaping from that space. You have a flash of your people hiding out in a icy tundra, and it's years and years of this space and place, but under one life. Then you flash forward to the world warming, and it's a new life that you're inhabiting. The world warming and trees growing and new peoples being introduced, and your people having to travel because where they were was not safe anymore. And finding a rift in the still chilly but no longer ice-covered plateaus, and what eventually you know as Trixie becomes Canyonville. And you see another life, the life of the individual who's on the stone in front of you, as they led their people out of Canyonville to the forests of Overton. And for almost 100 years continued to try to keep the Skurian people together. You see their grief when one young Skurian woman went off on her own, and this individual consoling their parents, your parents, and letting them know that that was part of a true and strong Skurian, to be able to step away like that, to be able to pursue new things in that way. And it all cracks, and you have a choice to make whether you want to retain this knowledge or if you want to cast it aside.
I'll retain it.
As you consciously choose to retain it. Tanzanite, what did you roll?
24.
You fully expect to see something happen in your shadowy plane. Nothing. The normal flow of those who are dying. But for whatever reason, as you see the individual on the stone expire, and they've truly died, and you're aware of that, you don't feel the corresponding push or connective push into your domain. Asher, what did you roll, and what number did you roll?
15 persuasion or perception.
Perception. With a perception check, you see tears. You see smiles, often at the same time. The older individuals have maybe more dampness to their face. The younger ones have signs of confusion. But nobody seems alarmed. And with that, the ceremony is closed. You hear a ringing of a bell and a group of dressed very somberly in the same type of soft flowing fabric, but all very dark, versus Trixie is wearing a brightly colored, almost a hint of pink there. Wonder who influenced that in her uniform. But these young scurrians walk up and they ceremoniously pick up the elder, or at least their body. And as they pick up the body, they turn to you, Trixie. They bow their heads. And the one at the front, you can see a twinkle in their eye as they say, "Elder, it's great to meet you again." And then the 6 of them carry the body out of the space. Individuals are standing up. People are coming forward to greet you. Some people are wandering away. Some went and followed the 6 young scurrians who carried the corpse off. And kind of a surprise to you, despite your super high perception, you see your mother at your side, and she says to you, "Sorry. Not sorry."
I was just gonna say, are you though?
I knew it was in the cards for you since you were born. We thought we could squirrel you away, but
Really? Really? A squirrel joke? Really, Mom?
well, we're kind of nuts for them.
You're awful.
You feel her arm come around. She goes, "I chose the pink."
That sounds about right. Now what? So there's a teeny tiny issue, and I'm happy to stay here with whatever I need to do with this. But our friend is getting married in like an hour in Overton.
Well, why are you sticking around here?
'Cause
Go.
what?
And you could see she's grinning. Roll an insight check.
24.
Oh, with a 24, you sit there and you're looking at her like, this word, because you know that she's very carefully not saying the punchline to her favorite joke. And you know that punchline is stop being a procrastinate, get going.
I didn't know if I needed to stay here and I guess I'll come back as soon as I can to do whatever I need to do with this. Is there like, besides the memories, is there like a like an instruction manual?
Oh no, you get to figure that out.
Great.
I am not you. I don't know. So it's kind of just up to you.
I'm gonna
Hey, guess
grab
what?
Tanzanite's hand and like pull her in that direction.
General direction.
Yeah, to go towards.
What?
And then maybe forget to let go.
Tanzanite just goes, "Meh."
Well, guess what? I can't do to you anymore. Ground you.
Well, you could still try.
I love you. I feel sorry for you.
It's two interesting statements to say right back to back.
Yep. I raised a brilliant, brave, amazing, wise woman who doesn't have a chance.
Well, I guess between the two of us, I'm glad one of us thinks that, because I don't feel any of those things right now.
Well, good exchange though, because we've got a chance now with those eggs to long term figure some things out if you all don't make it. Please
So I may have I may have this title, but only for so long, huh? Well, maybe y'all should think of a backup just in case.
It's happened before, so
Not that it's something that I would prefer, but if we're being realistic, couldn't hurt. So just I wouldn't be offended. But it's
And as the ceremony ends, Asher, Tanzanite, Trixie, you are gathered back together.
Do I have to call you Supreme Leader now?
shut up.
Yeah, do you get a fun title? I mean, you're already the pirate queen, but
I guess I'm officially the elder of my people now at like 20.
pirate queen the elder.
Perhaps this
Elder
means,
pirate queen?
does this mean all of your people are pirates now? Because you're the Pirate Queen. You love us. You know you do.
I know, but I'd literally just got at least three generations of history of my people just shoved into my brain, and it's just a lot right now.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm just like there's no manual. There's no I mean, it wasn't like there's no warning, so it's not like I can ask. And you saw what happened. It's not like I can ask them what to do, what I'm supposed to do in this position.
Roll a wisdom saving throw as you say that.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Somebody's got voices in their head now.
No!
Just for yours.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Hang
baby.
on. Uru. It's a 29.
You feel like a whole bunch of thoughts and ideas come to the forefront of your head, and you realize that you actually have a lot of new skills that you have the potential to understand, that come from those lifetimes of experience that have been thrown into your brain. And you have the feat skill expert. You'll have to make the choices that relate to that.
Oh my goodness.
But good luck, because you do narrowly dodge having a voice say something to you.
Thank God. Thank God.
Nice 29.
It was a
Well-
19. I was that close. I was so close to that 20.
Oh, not 20. You probably could have gotten rid of the voices forever. Too bad. That's going to suck.
well, Trixie, if it makes you feel better, none of my stuff came with the manual, so, we can learn what we're doing as we go together. Because, the two of us, and I guess Shep, kind of look around to see if he's around, will, always be here for you.
Thanks.
And if you want to take all of that knowledge and your knowledge and write a manual, I can help you for the next person.
Let me think on that. Only because I just need to know if I do that, if it's not going to break this cycle or affect it.
I guess I kind of understand. Like, otherwise, you would have people being like groomed for it, or like running, campaigning for it, and then it becomes political, and then so they just choose the person they want.
I just
Get it,
don't.
I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm never here.
Well,
I can't be right now. I don't know.
maybe we'll go kill that dragon and its stupid 5 heads, and maybe you can be around more.
Settle down a bit.
Maybe. Anyways, we need to get to this wedding.
To the portal.
Yes.
Mhm.
And as we leave the cave, I'm gonna put my arm through Asher's and go and just kind of like whisper under my breath, kind of like, "Can you do something about this cedar smell? It's a little overpowering."
Oil slowly undrips from your forehead.
Thank you.
Welcome. Why are we
Uh,
whispering?
Because I don't want to offend anyone. But it's
As
giving
you-
me a headache.
As the quartet, including Shep, the quintet, if you include a flying rifle,
Emmy!
even more if you, what is a sextuplet? That sounds weird.
Sextet.
Sextet?
Yep, sextet.
As you include Emmy, y'all leave that space. Are you headed towards the teleportation
Yar.
circle?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
As you go, Trixie, you do hear in your head a couple of times, a couple of voices, but they're joking with you. And it's not like they're even intending for you to hear them, but because of that high roll, you just happen to be able to listen if you want to or ignore if you don't. But you do hear a joke about, oh, yes, the Tome of the Ticklish Trolls by the Timeless Trio. Ah, the Timeless Trio's tale of troublesome unicorns. Yep, these are the texts that they shall publish. The greatest works of the Timeless Trio. And then you hear another one voice sing, ah, the timeless tale of wishing stars. And in your head, you see painted the picture of the Tower of Creation that is now part of the Delve.
And I just like under my breath, I go, yeah, but that wasn't me.
Oh, but if you're all writing together. And then you hear another one goes, ah, but yours would be the potion brewing witches of the Timeless Trio.
I just start rubbing my temples.
Oh no, do you have voices in your head now? Welcome. Welcome to the random voices in your head party.
What? Are you having more voices? Asher hears.
No, Boomer, it's okay.
Okay, just me. That's all right.
You're the only voice for me. All right.
And even as all three of you hear at the same time the sound of touch me, you get to the room of teleportation.
Touch me.
You have arrived at the teleportation room.
All right. I'm going to just like fling the door open, no ceremony, just like run up and be like, it's a wedding day back in Old Overton town. We might just make it, and open the portal. And then grab them both by the hands and just like rush through before like anything
The portal
stops
flips
us.
through. You grab both of them. Shep kind of slides in behind you. Emmy has attached herself to Trixie, and the rifle just floats right after you, as it always does. And all of you are there in Overton. It is the coastal air that has developed here as the saltwater has invaded the dropped lake bed, and it's no longer a freshwater lake, intermixing as it did with ocean water and such. You can smell that briny smell. You can see nobody has, as you step out of the tavern, has noticed your arrival at all, because there is clearly a big gathering happening further down the to the square, where the square used to be. the square's kind of been broken up a little bit now, but in that same space where the square where the mayor indoctrinated your generation of folk.
All right, we're gonna head that way, and I'm just gonna keep asking people where I can find the bride.
Great. So just go ahead and roll a quick. Well, I guess we have to do a percentile die. Roll your D100.
I don't even know where mine is. Mine still in my backpack, I think, maybe.
Oh yeah, you all have actual D100s now.
Mhm.
Huh?
Oh.
Should we all roll one, and then we'll add it all up? And on a scale of 300, we'll see how well this roll goes.
If all three of you are hitting up people, go for it.
Okay, let me go get mine.
I'm going to see if I can find mine, but I'm not rolling it because Trixie's still very much in her head about what just happened.
Get
34.
on it!
I rolled a 34.
Hey, it's my favorite number.
Cool.
You be shitting me. Got a fucking 1.
I cursed that thing before I gave it to you.
Tanzanite,
Out of
the first person-
100 numbers. What?
Tanzanite, as you are you go to ask the first person you see, and
They stab you.
Asher is kind of distracted watching you as he's trying to talk to somebody because you're talking to a statue.
Oh my lord.
But Asher, as you're distracted,
Hey,
seeing
hey
your-
Tanzanite, did you talk to Bonnie through that?
Shh. I'm in a conversation. So rude, right?
I feel like in Tanzanite's head, the statue actually nods its head at you and goes,
Oh my god.
The shadows around it just kind of
Yeah.
emulating for a moment. With a 34, they look very confused. What do you mean, bride?
Isn't there a wedding?
Not that I know of. There's a big, huge ceremony going on, but that's not a wedding. They're trying to lift up the. You don't know. We're trying to break free of. Like Nee's Tower. They're trying to get the Magic Academy to float. Nee's Tower collapsed, but they think they have it figured out this time.
Oh,
At that moment, I think is when Trixie goes, "Oh shit, it's in Canyonville."
what? The wedding? No, it's not.
Not
No,
from what you know, it's in Overton as far as you know.
We were here when she told me about it.
that doesn't mean it wasn't here,
Oh,
but I thought it was here.
No, you weren't there. That was when.
Right? No, I know.
That's
That's just Trixie's reaction. Like, think, "Oh shit, it's in Canyonville."
no.
Why don't you roll an insight check with advantage, Asher, on your colleague in spying?
Oh, I found it. I was looking for it, but it blended in with the top of my computer tower. God, this thing is heavy.
16.
You are puzzled for a moment after hearing this from this person, and then you realize, wait a second, you're going about this wrong. You're headed for a public ceremony to a spy mistress's wedding.
I was gonna turn for the Bard school
You just
/
turn
spy school.
your two colleagues, Tanzanite and Trixie, so you just turn away from where there's loud pomp and circumstance.
This way.
Yeah, you head over towards where you and can you describe for us what that space looks like? Because you and Fawn created it, really.
It's a windmill, right? Remember? Yeah, it's so it's like a working windmill, which is like the outside, but then inside it's like been completely like remodeled around like the flower manufacturing that's going on, like in other rooms and whatever, and like all the way to the top to be like very kind of taverny, like a place that a bard would feel comfortable. It's like probably very like posh, very lush, like furniture, comfortable cushions, pillows, like that sort of thing. Like people that like to live the good life, entertainers like rock stars, that sort of thing. So like, yeah.
So
So
it's like the worst green room you've ever been in, just multiple rooms of it.
yeah, it's like super comfortable couches, slightly dusted in flour.
So the three of, well, how your entourage goes into this windmill, and I think all of you are aware that this is a place where young musical folks both are trained in the bardic arts that exist, but also trained in the arts of espionage and learning to listen and use their words and such as weapons. It's also a place of young people. So there are the flirtations, there are the couples hidden in a nook giving each other smoochy faces.
Ooh, your neck tastes like flour.
You enter into the windmill itself, and Asher, you know the space, and you know the sounds of the space, and you head down. You head down through a trapdoor, and as you head down, you're heading into a section of Underton that did not exist previously. You can see a collapsed section of wall where there was previously connection to some piece of it, but it's very much rubble over there. And you see a very simple space set out, a small group of friends, and now you all. And you know that this is definitely where a spy mistress gets hitched. Not something of pomp and circumstance, but a place of quiet and understated pieces. Unless there's anything specific any of you would like to do at this wedding ceremony, we can kind of zip through this. Yes.
Is Tilly around?
Yes, Tilly is in attendance.
I will go to Tilly and ask where Fawn is.
She's procrastinating, waiting for you to show up.
Can I talk to her?
Yeah.
Where would I find her?
I think she's going to be excited to see you. You have a confusing relationship. And she gestures to a side hall that is new. It's a new piece of this underground structure.
I mean, I feel like if I've even been down here, it's very seldom because they moved in here like while we were out around the world. So, yeah, I'll just go that way.
Yeah. You make your way over there, and it really is, kind of maybe a little bit more like you described this being a place of like very comfortable spaces, but coated with the dust from the flour mill sort of style thing. But in this place, it's much more like the spaces of a performer, actor, etc., who has a preset list that they send to locations. So like there's some treats and food here.
Exactly. 27 cans of Bud Light. And
Bonds stuff, like where there's like, yeah, it's an exact number of something. It's like a dish of hummus that's been half eaten by somebody else so that she knows that it's safe. There just a variety of different
what kind of things would a spy have on their rider, I wonder?
I don't know.
Daggers hidden under it, taped under every piece of furniture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably. Like little vials that are unlabeled, so you don't know what you're getting yourself into. A little bit of training.
All right, so I'm gonna go up to Fawn and be like, "Hello, we are here."
Oh, good. I didn't want to have to do this without somebody that was one of my people. they're mostly his people. So
Aww.
Now we're here.
as you say, are Tanzanite and Trixie there too?
Yep.
Oh, good. That'll be like having family. I wish she could be here.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was supposed to Tanzanite can like summon spirits. So it'd be at the like come haunt this wedding. What does divine intervention do again? um
Could you walk with me?
Sure. You mean like give you away?
I don't know. Just walk with me.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to them and be like, you guys go sit. We'll be out in a minute.
Yeah, and what I will summarize. It is a wedding not done in a traditional manner. There are lots of interruptions. There's lots of goofiness. The groom has taken a position as the ostensible headmaster of the Bardic College, at least holding that position. It's always a position of regency. It's not a position of permanency, but it's something that kind of has been picked up as a tradition, and that the various leaders of this work like to rotate through those positions. And you can hear somehow, even though you're deep beneath ground, the creaking of the windmill's sails as it turns above you. And looking around, you see faces that you don't recognize, but then you realize you should never recognize the faces that are down here. Then vows are exchanged. Asher has walked Fawn down, and you all are sitting there as they do the vows. And eventually, as the shadows of the windmill itself seem to be witness to the ceremony, everybody relocates to the loft of the windmill. And there's food and drink and dancing. And as there's dancing, you feel the earth move and shake.
That's not good.
And the only people who seem startled are your group and a couple of individuals who are in attendance. But Fawn seems undisturbed and kind of rolls her eyes.
Trixie, what was that? What was that?
I don't know.
Should we be concerned?
Jason, you're muted.
Don't you have a knowledge of like 200 people or something?
Are you here? You're with?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I gave her away, but
Three
I,
of you are.
I'm
We just
assuming I
fast
said
forward
it.
through the
Yeah.
moving.
Okay.
You're all having the party time.
Okay.
I mean, why is no one else really concerned by this?
I'm gonna go ask the bride. Fawn.
Yes. And
Why
she just
is
looks like she's very happy.
Why is the ground shaking?
That old fool that's your friend has not given up on his project to float everything.
Okay.
That will probably be the Magic Academy going up and maybe even down in a moment. So we'll just wait for it. See if it takes this time.
All right. Well, I hope that the Magic Academy does not crash into the town. Cool.
Well, that did cut off part of Overton last time.
Okay.
I
Maybe
don't know
after
if you
this, I will go
saw
check
that.
on him and make sure he's not doing it wrong.
No, it's great. You got to give him credit though. He did shield the whole city from that, whatever it was that Canyonville launched at us.
Wait, what? Nobody told us about that. We were hunting dragon eggs.
Oh, is that what that thing was in the sky that I asked my mom about?
Yeah, kind of destroyed the forest to the south. Guessing those beings that lived there don't live anymore. But
I'm sorry, which forest to the south?
just south of
The-
your home.
We met them on the way to Fisherton. The old guy and the. Oh,
I'm
Yes,
so
ironically, he asked us to establish trade with Canyonville, which we never did. Oops.
I'm so turned around. Like I'm looking at the map in my brain,
So-
and the lake is on the left.
Yes, way back when, and this is way
100 years
back
ago.
when we were designing this city together. We established that there was the forest that is
That's
It
not
is.
helpful.
the home that you grew up in. That's part of the city, a city
Peaceful.
incorporated forest.
It's not helpful.
And then
That's right.
just below that is a collapse area. That was part of our world building when we said
Okay.
there was a big collapse. And then just below that was a forest, which was kind of where you snuck out of way back at level
Okay.
4 or 5
Okay.
or 6. Or I don't know. It was a long time ago.
1,000
And
years.
You, before going to Fisherton, you promised to go set up trade with Canyonville to the forest beings that kind of blended
Yeah.
into the trees.
That's right.
That's
we
the
did-
forest area that got
Got it.
the splash damage from the city being shielded.
Somebody got kidnapped and we got distracted.
Yeah. Tanzanite got kidnapped. The world flashed forward a few.
8 years.
It's true.
Things happened.
Would that have been weird if we just went and fulfilled that trade contract after 8 years of being gone? First thing we did out the door.
I mean, in a way, you could have at any point once you had Canyonville contacts, but
Every time we went to Canyonville, bad things happened. So
yeah.
it wasn't really like
It's not our favorite place.
it's all right. We're not their favorite people, so
All right. Well, that is bad. Guess we gotta do something about that. Are we at war with Canyonville?
I mean I know they left the alliance.
Fawn
But also-
kind of just shrugs her shoulders and says, who's we?
Overton?
The alliance.
The Alliance? Alliance?
Well, of the civilized peoples, and by that I mean peoples with cities, there's really only 3 left. Overton, Canyonville, and the Delve. There are scattered peoples in other places, and the desert nomads are pretty staunch allies. The undead, solidly helpful, but hard to cooperate with them at times. Not due to their behavior necessarily, just
More due to their nature.
yeah.
I feel that. As she flashes back to trying to work with the lich.
As you even share that, you can see Shep kind of looking a little bit sheepish.
Shep's looking sheepish.
All right. Well, anyway.
Shep is technically undead.
Oh, we know.
Ah!
So
Bark, bark,
Um,
bark.
thanks
Now I'm
for
gonna
coming
cry.
to this.
I'm gonna give reach in my bag of holding and give my rhythm maker's drum to her Barty husband
Mm.
and my let's see here. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out what I don't have it tuned anymore that I don't need. Give me a second. My
Here, have my second hand.
my dragon vessel to her. Nice.
Okay. Cool.
That's my wedding gifts. Less with my 2 hours notice, that's the best I can do.
She looks very appreciative, especially with the dragon vessel. Thank you.
Well, happy wedding.
Can I give her my bracers of defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Trixie. This is wonderful. I should get married more often.
And we all just kind of like.
Everybody's looking over at Tanzanite. Huge mace.
I literally have been like going
jewels.
through. Literally been going through.
I'm gonna like put my arm around Tanzanite and be like, also this goddess would like to bless your marriage.
I don't know if the goddess of death should bless this. I bless this marriage.
Marriage.
Are you using a spell, or are you using divine intervention, or what are you using to bless the marriage?
Divine intervention as I take off one of my rings and bestow it upon. And then I stop, and then I look at Asher and I go, should a goddess of death actually be blessing a marriage?
I mean, they do say till death do you part. Oh.
That you last until death do you part, and that you do not die until is truly your time, and live your life. And I like close her hand around the ring.
I don't know if this is the first time you've cast divine intervention, but it is definitely the first time you've cast it at level 20.
Yeah.
Where
It can't fail at level 20, right?
it's automatically successful.
Yeah.
No roll required. And since it's automatically successful, you won't be able to use that feature again for 7 days.
7 days, yeah.
But you have just used one of the most powerful abilities in the cleric class at end game.
I hope if they get divorced, it's going to be real bad for both of them, I think.
Do you want to describe what happens, or do you want me to, Tanzanite?
Oh, you, please, you. I'm so excited.
All right. Asher and Trixie, you watch as, egged on by Asher a bit, Tanzanite changes into an ethereal beauty. She is the goddess
More
of
so
death
than I
in
already
this-
am.
She is the goddess of death in this moment. Robes flow down and drape into shadow. Her eyes wise and compassionate, and yet holding the power of the underworld. As Tanzanite raises her hand over Fawn and her intended, you watch as dark tendrils entwine between the two of them. And you see the shadows of this entire space start to wrap themselves, leaving the rest of the space quite bright. And Tanzanite, it's almost like as you're channeling, the words just come to you. And you say, I bless you with the gift of life. Live your life to the fullest and never forget the preciousness of each day. And then you lean forward a bit because you are the goddess of death. And you whisper, when your time comes to join me in the underworld, I will be there to welcome you with open arms. And as you stand back up straight, you see both Fawn and her intended, or now her husband, a chill running down their spines and a look of not fear, but awe, reverence, and they realize that they've been blessed by the goddess of death and that their lives will never be the same again. And
Leaving messes wherever we go.
there is...
No, I love it.
I'm gonna just like hold up a hand to Tanz and be like, nice.
just it's just a little scary to everybody else in attendance because now those two seem even more capable of disappearing into shadow and dealing death. Ta-da!
Well done.
Created a new race.
Uh-oh. Are we
Tanzanite.
too far?
Huh?
Oh, we just hit 201. Oops.
Oh well. Tanzanite, you have created a new race of people.
Oh shit!
It's divine intervention. Their children will be a new race of people.
Oh shit!
Thank you all so much for joining us and creating the people of death, whoever those people will be.
People of death.
I hope you all had a lovely time watching the end of all things. I suppose in the next session at some point we will have, death be more awesome. And maybe find out more about this giant goddess of dragonhood that...
In 7 days, we'll figure out.
Yes, it's 7 days. Yeah, that's how that works. We pick the timeline.
The recharge rate. Maybe you'll just, have Shep do the dream thing and just get a little bit of background knowledge or something like that. Or who knows what you're going to do.
Can I wish that her divine intervention resets?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, hey, maybe.
And then that'll not blow up in my face totally. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay.
I mean, no biggie. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you had a lovely time, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.